Hi, I'm Art Hodis' middle son, John, calling in from Albuquerque, New Mexico, far away from New Jersey, similar to Anchorage, Alaska, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming, other remote western outposts where my brothers live. It might make you think that we don't like our dad because we all live so far away, but that couldn't be further from the truth. We love him. We just don't like New Jersey. For almost all of my nearly 50 years on this planet, my dad has worked tirelessly through Securian, running his own firm in a quiet, committed, honest manner, which is exactly who he is as a person. While he didn't share much of his work with us growing up or push us to follow in his footsteps, it's always been clear that he believes in what he does and helping others be prepared for the unexpected. My father is not only a role model and mentor to me and his family, but those he's worked with and for. He's the most selfless, generous, least assuming person I've ever known. Bright, wise, and loving. My hero. That selflessness reminds me of a story from my teens. Playing organized ice hockey in New Jersey in the 80s was not a typical activity for kids. The sport is expensive and ice times were inconvenient. My dad not only funded my passion, but carted my brother Josh and I around to practices and games, and I'm sure he'd much rather have been sleeping in on a Sunday morning after a long work week than freezing his ass off in a rink in Wilmington, Delaware at 6 a.m. But there he was, pacing the stands at my end of the ice, a stressed out goalie dad. He began recording my games with a video camera, and one game when I was about 15, a player on the other team plowed into me when we both went after a loose puck about 25 feet from my net. And when I watched the video later that afternoon, I was both amused and saddened to discover that part didn't quite make it on camera. As the collision was about to unfold, my dad lowered the camera to watch with his own eyes. His voice can then be heard off camera screaming, "What the hell was that?" at the top of his lungs, both angry at the other kid and fearful that I had been hurt. I was just fine, but that memory has always stayed with me because it's really the only time I can remember him being emotional and screaming, like a true hockey parent being protective of his son. Maybe he's that way at work too, but I don't think so. He then would suffer silently on the ride home with my stinky hockey equipment in the back of the car and my recounting every detail. And if I should have lost, he just let me vent. He's a great listener. And what I'm not sure of is if those skills were learned in his office managing his partners and sales guys, or if they were learned at home managing his sons. Maybe a little bit of both. He's a fantastic father, and while I may be a biased son, I believe he's also a great business leader, honest, caring, and always putting others before himself. This Hall of Fame honor is well deserved. Congratulations, Dad. You're the greatest. Now, for the love of God, please retire and move out west to be near your kids and your grandkids. We all miss you and love you.